Indiana Wild. I want to welcome you back to another edition of Indiana Wild Meet the Animals. Today, we're going to meet a bird. We're going to meet a bird who's from South America and is a parrot. Now, when I say from South America, I actually just mean native to South America because this bird was actually hatched right here in the United States. And you can see her right over my shoulder here. This is Echo, friends. Echo is a green cheek conure. Now, green cheek conures are very popular in the pet industry, and that's actually how she came to Indiana Wild. Someone had her as a pet and didn't want her anymore, and so we actually got her from Animal Care and Control. So she joined our ambassador program here, and she enjoys going and meeting people at fairs and festivals, and also birthday parties and schools and churches and things like that. So she is a bird, so she has all the same things that all the birds have. She's covered in feathers, and actually birds are the only class of animals that are covered in feathers. So all birds are going to have feathers. They're all going to work a little bit differently. We also know she's a bird because she has wings. She's got 2 wings. All birds have wings, friends. All birds do not fly. Now, Echo can fly, as well as Russell Crowe and Sir Bubo, our Eurasian eagle owl. Whereas some of our other birds, like our runner duck, Flojo, she cannot fly. But Echo here can fly, so we keep her wings trimmed. It's kind of like getting a haircut. It doesn't hurt her and allows her to safely land down on the floor. So we know she's a bird because she's covered in feathers. She has wings. She also has a beak or a bill, and you can see it right there. Now, parrots are special because they are hook bills. And if you look at her, she's got a nice little hook right on that beak. And hook bills will actually use that to, what they'll do is they'll grab a hold of the nuts of the berries, and they'll actually use those to open up the nuts and berries. Then they'll use a really thick tongue to kind of scoop everything out. Now, she did hatch from an egg at least 7 years ago because she's lived at Indiana Wild for 7 years. And she didn't come to us as a newly hatched bird, so she's probably at least 8 years old. But conures, especially the green cheek conures, will live 10 to 30 years. So we're really hoping she lives a very, very long time. Now, we also know she's a bird because not only the feathers, not only the beak, she hatched from the egg, she has the wings, yes. She does have a backbone, so she has a skeleton. She has her skull and that backbone that travels all the way down to her tail, and then of course she has her legs. And that's something special about birds. All birds have 2 feet unless something happened to them. But those feet can be very different and special. They could have webbed feet if it's a duck or something like that. It could have huge feet if it's an ostrich running out in the African savannah. It could, if it's an owl or an eagle, have huge talons that it's going to use those to grab a hold of its prey. Now her toes will be small because she's just going to use those feet to grab a hold of things. But parrots have specialized toes also. So if you look, she has 2 toes facing forwards, 2 toes facing backwards. We call that zygodactyl. That's kind of a big word. And so since her toes face forward and backwards, she actually can use them like a hand like we do. So she'll pick things up and take it right to her beak. So we do know she's a bird. You can see she's kind of a comic. Green cheek conures are very comical. They can have a little bit of attitude. They do speak a little bit. They do make a noise, but they're not a loud and gregarious type bird who's always hollering and being very, very loud. So if someone was going to have a pet as a bird, these guys usually for a parrot make a pretty good one because of their size, the amount of food that they eat, the amount of noise that they make, and their destruction level is going to be much, much less than a large parrot also. But as with any of our animals and any animals in general, we always want to remind you, friends, it doesn't matter. We're not here to tell you what kind of animal to have or not to have, but we are here to encourage you. It doesn't matter if you have a cat, a dog, a parakeet, or a goldfish. If you have a pet, it's a lifetime commitment. Please make sure that you're willing to get a pet and keep it for the rest of its life. Make sure that we just remember that they're not disposable. Now, she is excited. She is ready to come see everybody at their birthday party, at fairs and festivals and schools. So, friends, please make sure that you like and share this video. Invite your friends. And also, make sure you follow us on our Facebook page for Indiana Wild. Thanks. Again, this is Beth and Echo. Friends, remember, wash your hands. Social distancing. It's about 24 conures apart. And be safe. And don't forget, friends, be wild.